Well, I think one of the things that has greatly intrigued me in my whole area of research is the epistemological question about why does something feel real to us, and that to me is a fascinating problem, both from a neuropsychological perspective as well as from a philosophical one. Why does a table feel real? Why does our world look real? And why when we have a dream, for example, we wake up from the dream, and as real as that dream may feel, we somehow recognize it now as an inferior level of reality. I mean, again, that's not true in all circumstances, but for the large majority of us, we look at that dream as being an inferior reality compared to our everyday reality. Of course, when people are engaged in meditation practices, when they have psychedelic experiences, not only does it often feel extremely, I mean, it actually not only feels real, it actually feels more real than our everyday reality experience. And to me, if you start with a neuropsychological perspective, the argument that we always start with is, well, it's the brain that helps us to process all this information and to create for us a rendition of what our world is all about. But we're trapped within that brain. We never can really say, okay, what do we see inside of our brain, and what are we perceiving inside there? How does that relate to what's outside, and do they match up? And there's no way to do that unless you could somehow get outside of your brain. Well, how does one do that? In normal consciousness, there is no way to do that. Science doesn't really enable a way for us to do that. However, in spiritual experiences where people feel that they get beyond the self, they get beyond a sense of the relationship between the self and the world, everything becomes an undifferentiated oneness. In certain types of psychedelic experiences where you have incredible sensory and other types of phenomenon, people really feel like they are able to kind of get outside of their brain. Now, whether they have done that or not is obviously another big question. But to me, these are the only areas where people actually even describe that they're doing that. And I think if that's the case, we have to take a very big look at what is going on within them when they have the experience and try to understand it, try to understand how it happens physiologically, and try to make sense of it from the subjective perspective as well as from the objective perspective. I don't think you can just say, let's just explain it away on the basis of science.